what we have here is failure to communicate. Haha, just kidding. Okay, what we have is an iron pan. That's it, just a frying pan, nothing special. Nice and heavy, nice and hard. Okay, we have this because there's an area on this level of training where you need to punch this for conditioning of your knuckles, basically. So, one of my teachers had a square piece of iron. I couldn't get one. I looked, and I was like, you know what? I'll just get an iron pan. It's close. You punch it, and my teacher had one that bent, or he had punched it so often that it had become concave, and he would hang it on two strings, either straight up in the air because it's quite heavy, like off of two holes in each corner. In this case, like maybe there and there or something. I don't know. But and his knuckles from punching were basically so well conditioned that he had one knuckle here. These first two knuckles had almost become one giant knuckle. Right? So, having said that, here's what I suggest. Find a spot in your house or get some friends to hold it, take it to class, whatever. I may need to drill a second hole in here, but find a spot at home where you can hang it. A solid hang, this is more temporary because I couldn't find a good spot here. I usually do it outside or something, but anyway, so hang your pan. And be careful, like in this case, because, based on where this is hung, it'll flip off the nail. That's not very sturdy. Like I said, it's just a temporary spot. Anyway, you do your normal stances and stuff. Do like your normal, like you would with the oak boards too. And you just punch over and over each side, right? Like that. Conditioning of your knuckles. Don't go too hard. Don't be macho and try and overdo it. You want to go very gently, just like the oak boards. You want to start gently working up the conditioning of your knuckles. If you don't know how it works, basically when you punch stuff that's hard, like bricks and what have you, you create microfibers microfractures in your bones here and anywhere else if you do it the same thing, and those microfractures heal and your bones become stronger. And there's been quite a bit of research done on things like that, and it's shown that the bones become as hard as iron or steel over time the more you do it. And you can do it with any bone in your body. Your fingertips. You can use this for other things too, like fingertips or just about anything. But basically, the main purpose is to practice your punching on it, right? So, gently working up to it. As before, only these two knuckles, never the last two knuckles. They're very dangerous. Those bones are so small and so weak, they are not designed for punching. And usually, your bones, everyone's different, of course, but the shape of your hand would facilitate. I wonder if I can get a side shot of that. Basically, okay, I'll do it like right here. I don't know if you can see that. So the way my two knuckles hit, when both of these knuckles make contact, you can see that the last knuckles lift away. Okay, sometimes I got a student who can touch all four at once, which is odd, but some styles will say the last three you hit with. And whatever your style tells you to do, our style says this. So I'm not saying one is right and one is wrong. This is the way we do it, so this is the way I'm teaching. This is the way you will continue to do it. Okay? As much as possible, like I said before, you may have heard me say, try and punch straight, not twisted arm, like some other styles do. There are times when we will punch this way, but for the majority, it's straight up and down. If you don't remember why, two bones in your arm, they attach to your elbow, and when your hand is in this position, they are straight. And when you go like this, they cross over each other. And as you may know, with physics, if you take two pencils and you push down straight on them, they are stronger if they're parallel, and they are weaker if they cross. And then you press down on them and they will snap easier, right? So that's the logic behind it. So anyway, this video doesn't have to be too long. The basic idea is find some iron and some oak and some rock and some sand for your different types. As you've seen, this is the last one up on this level. Iron plate, an iron plate. I don't mean like an eating plate, but a frying pan, or I've seen grills, those big iron grills that you can buy for barbecuing stuff. That would work just as well too. You just want to, some of them have ribs built into them, and you want to be careful because hitting those with your knuckles is not going to feel very good. So a nice flat spot, and just build up slowly, a little bit every once in a while. Not necessarily every day, but what you do your koshijutsu or your kopojutsu, dakantaijutsu, all those things like where you do body conditioning, you just kind of play with different materials to practice and to hit, right? So throw it in your routine, mix it up a bit. This is an option now. Iron plates, right? Perfect, that's it. I won't waste too much time on this. どうもありがとうございました。